Your box is half an inch too tall.
What? Half an inch? You're kidding me.
It's a must fix
Your
it now.
mailbox is
This
half
is
an
ridiculous.
inch too tall. Karen barked at me the second week I moved in, clipboard in hand, eyes narrowing like a hawk spotting prey. 7-day notice. Fix it or fines start at $100. I blinked, speechless. Half an inch? Really? She tilted her head, measuring tape dangling like a badge of authority, and snapped, Maplewood Lane isn't a playground. Order, structure, compliance. Welcome to Ruthless HOA Tales, where we expose the craziest HOA horror stories and the revenge that followed. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button right now because trust me, you won't believe where this story goes. And drop a comment telling me, have you ever dealt with an insane HOA or power-hungry neighbor? Let me know below. I tried reasoning. Karen, maybe we can. She interrupted, no discussion. Rules exist for a reason. Your mailbox, your responsibility. She left with a dramatic flourish of her clipboard, muttering about setting an example. I thought I'd finally found the perfect neighborhood. Quiet streets, friendly neighbors, kids riding bikes, sprinklers watering manicured lawns. Instead, I found myself under daily surveillance. Karen showed up at my driveway every morning, stopwatch in hand, timing sprinklers, scribbling notes, measuring garden gnomes. By the third week, there were envelopes stapled to my door like little harbingers of doom, violation notices, escalating fines, and friendly reminders from Karen about the correct mailbox height. Then I noticed something odd. My Ring camera had captured Karen doing, well, something I couldn't believe. Something that made me realize this wasn't just petty obsession. There was a plan hidden behind her Queen of the HOA act, and I had just stumbled onto the first clue. I watched the Ring camera footage on loop. Karen was sneaking around the cul-de-sac at 6:15 a.m., clipboard in hand, measuring every mailbox in sight, not just mine. She paused at Mr. Patel's, frowning, muttering, if it's not perfect, it's a violation. Half an hour later, she was back on my lawn, crouching to check the alignment of my garden gnome like it was a national emergency. I laughed nervously, wondering if I should call the cops or just grab popcorn. But things escalated quickly. One afternoon, she marched into my yard pointing at my freshly planted tulips. These are 8 millimeters too close to the property line. $250 fine. I tried to reason. Karen, really? She huffed. I am the law here. Don't test me. Then came the fire department call. Karen had phoned claiming smoke hazards from my backyard grill, even though I wasn't even home. Firefighters showed up, confused. My neighbors were whispering, and I could feel my patience thinning. That's when I started digging. HOA records were online, buried under meeting minutes and expense reports. Screenshots from the HOA group chat revealed Karen bragging about fining neighbors, mocking homeowners, and celebrating compliance victories. And then I saw it, her own suspicious expenses, business lunches, boutique stationery, spa trips, all approved by herself. A legal loophole stared me in the face. She had broken multiple HOA rules while enforcing hers. I realized the quiet neighbor, Lewis, the retired accountant, might just be the key. He'd been silently watching Karen for years, and together we could take her down, but first we had to plan perfectly. Lewis invited me over the next evening, February 14th, like it was no big deal. His house looked ordinary, but his kitchen table told a different story. Neatly stacked folders, printed bank statements, highlighted bylaws. He pushed his glasses up and said quietly, Karen thinks nobody reads the fine print. I do. Lewis had been tracking HOA finances since 2019. Every questionable charge was logged. Plane tickets labeled educational conference that never happened. Monthly office supply bills from a boutique downtown. Meals expense for board meetings where no meeting existed. She approves everything herself, he said. That's illegal. Was I wrong for this? Be honest. We compared evidence. My Ring camera footage showed Karen moving mailboxes before measuring them. Lewis had security footage of her repositioning trash bins, then photographing violations she created. Another neighbor sent screenshots from the HOA group chat where Karen joked, fines are the only language these people understand. We decided to wait. No confrontation, no drama. Karen escalated on her own. A certified letter arrived demanding $750 in administrative penalties and threatening a lien if unpaid within 10 days. 2 days later, police knocked on my door about an abandoned vehicle complaint. The officer sighed when he saw my valid registration. Lewis smiled calmly. The annual HOA meeting is March 3rd, he said, public forum, recorded minutes. She can't silence questions there. What would you do in this situation? Stay quiet or expose everything? Because once we stepped into that room, there was no going back. March 3rd, the community center buzzed with chatter. Karen arrived like she owned the place, clipboard raised, measuring tape dangling, smug grin plastered across her face. I set up my laptop, screenshots, Ring camera clips, and receipts ready. Lewis gave me a quiet nod. When it was my turn, I spoke calmly. Karen, can you explain these expenses? The projector lit up with receipts. 1,200 business lunches, $900 office supplies at a boutique, spa trips billed to HOA funds. Karen froze, her mouth opening and closing like a fish. That's community outreach, she stammered. Then I played the Ring camera clips showing her moving mailboxes, photographing neighbors' decorations, even hiding a garden gnome to claim a violation. Gasps rippled through the room. Screenshots of the HOA chat appeared next, her mocking neighbors, bragging about fines, calling them moron homeowners. The board erupted. Long-suffering neighbors demanded her resignation. She yelled, "I am the president. I have authority." Lewis calmly pointed out the bylaw's loophole. She had broken multiple rules herself and misused funds. There was no defense. Within 48 hours, Karen resigned. Her house went on the market. Her clipboard, measuring tape, and queenly aura vanished. I walked outside that evening, looking at my front door, the same shade of teal I had chosen weeks ago. Still perfect, still mine. Maplewood Lane finally felt like home again, laughter returning to the streets. Karma had a very public way of catching up. The end. So what do you think? Was my revenge justified, or did I go too far? Drop your honest opinion in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button and subscribe to Ruthless HOA Tales for more insane neighborhood warfare stories. And seriously, tell me where you're watching from. I love seeing how many of you are dealing with HOA nightmares, worldwide nightmares, worldwide.